So this idea has been in my mind for a long time now, and I finally got myself to do it, and I'm so happy. Uh, and that is my finished, completed collection video, where I'm going to show you 3 groups I so far have completed up till their current status, and also one girl group. And yes, I do have more that I've completed, but I'm not going to include those because they are collections of 2 or 1 even album that I'm interested in and that I have. And most of them just have their other albums out of stock as of now. But maybe I'm going to do a separate video for that. This one, however, is just going to be about albums, about groups that have quite a bigger discography that I've collected fully, or just maybe not fully, but the releases I want to collect and I'm happy with my collection, so I consider it completed now. And also I actually checked today when I started collecting, and it was 2016, October of 2016. So it's been 2.5 years almost, and wow, I'm actually glad I made it, and I'm still collecting, and I managed to finish some, which is quite unexpected of me because, well, I'm all over the place when it comes to collecting. So yeah, let's begin. So let's start with highlights. I think they actually were the first group that I completed because they don't have that many releases, and well, I've been there since the debut, well, the second debut at least, and I just really love their new style and everything, so I always pre-ordered everything. But I'm not going to include the solos because I haven't started collecting them yet. Yet I still consider this complete because, well, this is just the group collections I'm going to talk about. So I have Calling You, their repack, and then also Can You Feel It, their first mini, if you may call it. And yeah, though I really find these gorgeous. This is the Sensibility version, I think, and this didn't have versions. As for photo cards, for the first one I pulled Kiki, and then also for Calling You, I pulled Junghyung. Yeah, I think this is from Calling You. Yeah. So I actually got quite lucky because Junghyung is my bias and Kikang is my with Dejun. They're both my bias records. So yeah, I guess just fate knew what to give me. And my pulls were really faithful because at the time I didn't have a bias yet, like a total set bias. So yeah, and then moving on, we have their second mini album, Celebrate, which is also their 8th anniversary album. And for this, I pulled Duchon. So also, I'm lucky with my bias records and my pulls with this. And also, I pulled Junghyung's celebration anniversary message. So here it is. And now, I just noticed now that the photo book somehow got all bubbly here, and I don't know why. Maybe from the humidity in my room, but yeah, that wasn't a great discovery. I just saw now when I was collecting the albums I wanna show in this video. And then lastly, I have Outro, which is their newest, wait, let me put this down, which is their newest mini and last mini as of now, since they're serving in the army. And yeah, I think this is just their third mini, or yeah, it should be considered a mini. And for this I pulled this cute Polaroid. I have it on my shelf, displayed on my shelf, because it's just so cute. I love Polaroids in general. And also I pulled Yosap, this cute photo card as well. So yeah, this is for my first collection that I completed. I'm pretty sure that this was the first collection I've completed. And I really still love them, and I'm planning on collecting their solos and all that, and I just can't wait for them to get back and continue to release music together. And as for my favorite, I think Can You Feel It still holds a great place in my heart, and just Please Don't Be Sad is such a great title that always brings my mood up when I feel down. So I think that's my favorite, but also Outro has so many great duo songs, and also Dujun's song. Yeah, I think that there's his solo in there. Wait, let me check. Oh, where's the track list? Oh, here. Yeah. So Dujun has his solo, and I love it so much. And also, as it said, my bias Wrecker and my bias Dujun and Gekwang have a duo on here, and it's also so amazing. Just brings back the old-time feelings of the older K-pop, and yeah. So I'm gonna stop gushing about it. I just love, and also, can you see how perfectly and how greatly they match these albums, like the color schemes and just the I don't know, the concepts, they all go so well, and I love it so much how they look, especially on the shelf too. I'm so glad I own these, even if their condition may be not holding up well to this day. Hopefully they stay as they are for now and don't get worse. Next up we have my other alts, and that is Day6. And I decided not to buy the first album, because the first mini, because they have newer versions of all of the songs in their other albums that came after. So yeah, and here we have Daydream, their second mini, and yeah, also because they have their 6th member only in that mini, and I just don't like going back and collecting albums that have members that left unless it's necessary, or like I really love the album, and I really want it. But since, as I said, there are newer versions in their other albums of the songs, all of the songs in the first mini, so I decided just not to get it. And this was, I believe, my third ever K-pop album that I purchased. So yeah, this also is really oh gosh, forgot the word. So this is just really dear to me as well. And as you can see, I have these plastic things. These are from the Moonrise album. I just wanted to display them, and I think this case is the perfect thing for them. So yeah, I do have the other image plastic things that they always put in their albums for some reason, in a box somewhere. And then here's their first album, Sunrise, for their Day6 project, and I think both of them didn't come with a photo card. This I'm sure of, and I think this one just came with this tickets, but that's all. I'm pretty sure there was nothing else except for the plastic files that came with this. Plastic, I don't know, whatever, I don't know how to call them. And then we have I have their second album for Moonrise, from the Day6 project as well. So I think these are still my favorite releases from them, the two albums. So although I think I'm like pretty sure I listened to this more, so I most likely like this more. But it's hard to decide because, well, all of my ultimates have amazing discographies and it's so hard to choose. Like every concept is so unique and so has different sounds in them, and it's hard, okay? But it does have I Need Somebody and yeah, and Be Lazy as well. These are like in my top 5 of Day6 songs, I think. I'm pretty sure. Um, Wait, let me bring the photo cards for this. So I forgot. I just now realized that I have this on my wall. So the Sunrise album actually came with Polaroid. So I have a group one and a Sungjin one. And then as for Moonrise, I got Von Pil's face. Excuse the gummy things, but I just use them to hang it up on my wall because I do love these kind of film photo cards. And also, yeah, I pulled Sungjin as well. I kind of have a Sungjin curse, I think. But Wonpil is my bias, although I don't mind since I love every member, as always. Moving on, we have the Youth series. So it started with Shoot Me. Great title, so amazing. I remember being so surprised by it. I do have the pre-order gift. It's the standees, but yeah, this is the pre-order gift, but I don't use it since it's kind of weird, and I didn't expect to get it because I bought this album on the day it was released, because at some time I was kind of doubting whether I want to collect everything Day6 releases, and yeah, I know that was foolish of me, and as you can see, now I have their full collection, and yeah, this, and then, well, what can I say? So yeah, and then I think, yeah, I pulled, oh gosh, I pulled the ones thing, I don't know how they're called, just plastic things. And then as for the photo cards, I also got a one, and also I pulled one pill. So I was so glad because this is the first time they actually used a photo card thing like they in every album, and I pulled my bias. And of course, who can get mad at Dawn? And I do have his curse, as you'll see later. As I said, and then also you get these stickers with the album. And then comes their quite recent release, which is Youth Part 2, Remember Me, which is Remember Us, oh, excuse me, which is also amazing, and I love the size of this. I don't know, just something about the concept, the everything. I just adore this physical copy and this whole album as well, and musically wise. So yeah, this is just so gorgeous. And I pulled Young K, which was a surprise because, as I said, I usually don't. Both photo cards and once again Sungjin, but this time in a plastic thing. So that is it for their Korean releases. I usually don't I never actually collected or planned on collecting Japanese releases. I always thought about it, but never really felt committed to it, to do it. But I broke my plan on collecting only Korean releases, and I actually got Day6's album. Oh, and I forgot to show you the stickers for Remember Us, but I actually got their full album, which was released quite recently, their Unlock album, because I couldn't hold myself, I couldn't contain myself. This album is so great. I love how they used more of the guitar sound in this and just played around with the melodies, and I love this so much. I just had it on repeat for days, and I finally caved in and just decided that it was worth it because it is a full album after all with all new songs. So yeah, that's just, I'm happy I own this. And I kind of now, since I broke this unwritten code of mine, I'm thinking of getting some other Japanese releases from other artists. However, I'm not sure yet. I keep on doubting, but I do have one that I really want to get, which is Junho's Winter Sleep, and that has been in my mind for a long time. And I think I'm finally going to get it soon because I actually just ordered my first album, a physical copy of Junho's album, which I planned on doing so long ago as well, but finally started doing this. And this is what I meant when I said that I'm all over the place. And I do ramble a lot, I'm sorry, in this video. I just can't contain myself because my faves and stuff. And I also, Dawon's course worked in this one, and I pulled the Dawon card, but it's just so cute. I love the quality of this, like it's kind of plastic even, or it's just covered with, but it doesn't feel like it's, I don't know, separate. It has separate parts. It's just real nice. I love it. But moving on, and now for the only girl group I actually finished collecting as of now. And if you watched any other videos on my channel, you probably can guess which one it is. And I do, as I said, I have collections completed, for example, Nine Muses or Dreamcatcher, but I'm not going to include them here because that only consists of a few albums, because I started collecting them quite late, so they don't have many albums available, and yeah, that's just quite kind of a poor collection in my mind. But yeah, I do adore my girl groups a lot, especially this year. I started appreciating them way more. But Loona is so special to me because I got into them ever since Heejin, and even a bit before Heejin I found out about them, and it's just been such a long way with them, and it's such a fun ride, and I have so much nostalgia, especially for their first mini from their first 1/3 units, because I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered this. So yeah, I have their first mini, Love and Live, and it is the limited edition because I collect only the limited editions for their releases. And the photo card I got for this was Hyunjin's. My bias in this unit is Heejin. Still, I think probably my favorite release from Loona. I don't know if it's the nostalgia or something, but I just love the album, the photo book in this also, and in the repack as well. The photo book is so gorgeous, just my favorite from all of them so far. And yeah, and the track list, I don't know, I just love the songs here. And in this, the repackage, Love and Evil, I pulled Heejin, my bias, so I'm also really happy. I have at least one photo card of my bias, since there are 12 members, that's a lot, and I guess I kind of don't really think about what I'm going to pull because, yeah, there's not that big of a chance. And then we have Max and Match, which is Odai Circle's repackaged limited edition. Ever since I found out that they're going to release repackages for their minis, the unit minis, I just set on collecting the repackages because at first I didn't know, and I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but I'm quite annoyed with repackages in general, and the concept of repackage. So it was quite annoying for me to find out that Loona is not going to release a full album, but it's going to be a repackage of the debut album that is going to make up a full album. But I'm still glad we're getting new songs, and even 6 of them, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I'm still excitedly waiting, but talking about this was great. They're just, I remember how fun it was to get their singles, and I'm going to miss that, like the singles every month and the new girl every month. But yeah, this has more of an experimental style compared to the bubbly one that One Foot has, but I still really adore it. And as for the photo card, I pulled exactly almost the same one. My bias in this unit is Jinsol, but yeah, I'm still glad that I have a group photo card. That I pulled it. And as for the album that I actually recently purchased, which is the Youth by Young, Beauty and the Beat, they're not repackaged because I was waiting for them to release the repackage, and I'm thinking it's not going to come, so I just decided to snatch the limited edition while it was still available because it's sold out in most places, and I just really wanted for it to look pretty on my shelf, and I love the cover of this one more. Anyways, and I put Olivia in this one, and my bias is Go On in this unit. And lastly, we have the debut mini, of course. The debut, I was waiting so much, and I'm not disappointed. I love the titles, even though they are kind of overplayed now in my head because of all those posts from Loona accounts and just that I saw, and not just for me listening to it so much and watching the stages because they look so nice, and it's just so cool to see all of them together now. But yeah, so this is such a gorgeous concept and everything, but I was kind of disappointed that the photo book is quite small, and I'm hoping that they're going to put more effort in their new release and maybe change up the format a bit or something on just the package. I'm kind of hoping that they're not going to keep the same format throughout their whole discography as pretty as it looks. And I got the night unit, I'm pretty sure, because it has the black thing on the back. And it has 2 of my biases in it, I think, yeah, so I'm glad with my pulls. And that is it for my Loona collection. I actually don't collect singles because as much as I love them, I don't have the money for that. I really wish to collect, but also shelf space is quite limited for me, and yeah, I just know if I'm going to start, I'm going to end up collecting all 12 of them, and just I'm tempted, but I'm not ready for that. My wallet's not ready for that. So yeah, maybe one day, but I'm pretty sure I won't be collecting that the whole singles discography. But I do still kind of hope that BBC is going to release an album with all of their singles in it. That would be so great. That's probably not going to happen, but one can dream. That would save me a lot of... that would actually make me very happy. And moving on to my last collection. And lastly, we have the youngest group I collect, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the youngest. Boy group, at least, for sure. And that is Colin Child. Since with them I've been ever since before debut, so also I have really quite a lot of emotional attachment. And I love all of the volume artists, and I knew I'm going to love this, and I was not disappointed, and I'm still strongly with them, and I'm anticipating their latest releases that are to come, and I just really want to see their growth. They're not, in this whole collection video, they're the only ones that are not my ultimates, and simply because I just want to wait for them to release more music to just know if I really love it so much that I could call them my ultimates. Because yeah, music is important to me when I am thinking about whether I really want to collect a group, because I do listen to my CDs as much as I repeat that. But yeah, I can't wait to see their growth, and just hopefully it's in the right direction and it's going to be great, because so far they've been doing amazing in my books. So yeah, this is their first mini called Golcha, and for this one my Ju-chan course started because I did pull him, and I also pulled Y and got Jangjoon's film cards, yeah, something like that. And then for their second mini, Miracle, there's quite a funny story. I thought I ordered the green version, but it actually was the blue version. And at first I was kind of disappointed because I loved the photo book in the other version. But I actually grown attached to this one as well. I find them so adorable in these school uniforms, and this whole vibe so fits, in my opinion, the whole mini more, like the whole winter atmosphere that it's relating to, and just my memories of listening to this while it's snowing outside. And I think this is my favorite mini from them so far. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And as for Golden Child, I don't have a favorite title track. I actually love their B-sides way more than their title tracks usually. And as for this, and as for the funny story, this is relating to the funny story. The reason why I kind of ended up being happy with this, because I pulled my bias, and which is Tag. My bias records are T-Bomb and Donghyun. But yeah, so, and as for this, I think there was more in this. Wait, let me check. There was more. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I pulled Bomen's this name tag thing. Oh wait, this is the right. And I also got Jangjoon's school card ID, which is so cool. I love the packaging of this album as well. It's just so nice to flip through, because it is actually sewn in as like a book. Like the thing, there's no glue, if I remember correctly. So just so way more fun, way nicer to flip through than usually the glued in photo books. That's kind of sometimes feel they're going to fall off any moment and fall out. Wait, let me. So yeah, and then we had their summer single here, their Goldeness, and oh my gosh, this single is so amazing. I actually think this is their favorite release in general from them for me, and it's happened with Lovely's Big Four, because I guess William is quite good at releasing singles, because Lovely's Loveliness, the single, is also one of my favorite releases from them, like all of the songs, and same goes for this one. So yeah, I'm so happy I own this, because at first I was doubting myself, and I wasn't sure if I'm going to get it, so I got it way later than this summer. I think I got it in fall or around that time. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it on Black Friday on Keytown for You. Uh, yeah, I just remember. And then my Ju-chan curse continued with this one because I got his tickets. And there is more stuff inside. There are stickers, but I don't want to open it because it's quite a struggle to not damage the box. And you get a sticker, the small sticker, but there are more sticker sheets, but I'm pretty sure they are the same with every version in the copy. And as for the photo card, I actually pulled my bias wrecker Donghyun, and I'm so happy because he's so adorable in this. It's also that he quite resembles Sungyu, and I adore Sungyu so much, so that's a plus in my books. And then lastly, I have their newest and biggest mini album so far, their third mini, Wish, which was quite an upgrade in maturity in their music, I guess you could say that. And I really love this, but I actually, when I think about it, I haven't listened to it that much, which I should do, and I plan on doing after I finish this video. But yeah, it's also, they all have solid releases, and I'm glad I collect them, and I do plan on collecting them in the future. And this is where my Ju-chan curse continues because I pulled Ju-chan. And also, you get this book, small mini photo book, and I got Sungmin's version for this. So yeah, I thank you for watching my finished collection video, and I'm really thankful that I had that it was possible for me to do so. And I do have a few quite big collections that I'm close to finishing, so expect an update video in the future. I hope you had fun watching, and bye!